morning, guys. We are going to be starting some seeds today. It is the very end of January, the beginning of February, and I have two new varieties that I am going to be trying this year that require a very long prep period as far as starting the seeds. One of them is celery and one of them is artichoke. So today I'm going to be setting up and getting started my celery seeds, and then for my artichoke, they actually need to have a cold period before I can plant them into the seed starting soil. So I am going to be putting them on a damp cloth and putting them in the fridge for 2 weeks. As you can see, I have a fairly simple setup. We're actually down in my craft / storage room. All of my canning stuff is behind me here in this closet. And this is where I start my seeds. We do have an upstairs area that I will use later on when they get a little bit bigger. I will put them in my dining room window, which gets a lot of sunlight since we face south. But to start them off, I usually start them down here. They're protected from the cats, and they get a really good chance with the grow lights I have here. As far as figuring out what I'm going to be planting and how many seeds I need to start, I make myself a chart that has all of my beds on them. And I garden by the square foot. I did it last year. I'm going to do it again this year. I find it very helpful. And I just plan out exactly what I'm going to be planting, where, and then based on that, I decide how many I'm going to start. I usually at least put 2 in every little square, and then each square is probably fairly relative to what I have going on as far as like each little square in here. Some things I know don't germinate as well, such as peppers, so I tend to give them a little more leeway. Maybe I'll put 3 per one and choose the best one of the 3 once they've kind of sprouted up, or the 2 that have come up, or however many have come up, and figure it out from there. This year I also put together a little chart that tells me kind of on a weekly basis what I need to be doing. So we're kind of starting right here at the very top with my artichoke and my celery. And that's what we're going to be doing today. As far as setup goes, I just have a standard kind of light kit set up that I got from a supply company. I believe it was Garden Supply Company. I'll leave the link below to what I am using, or wherever I got it from. I will put it there for you if you guys are interested in it. And it just comes with the regular light. For me, this works great because it has just enough for me to get everything I need started. If you had a much larger garden, you might need a larger setup or something different, because this could get pricey if you had to get a bunch of them. You might want to go through a different route in that sort of case, but for me, this works perfectly. It fits in the space I have. It was the right price range for what I needed at the time, and that's what I'll be using this year. So this kit has simple trays, and then it also comes with these under trays that you can fill with water, so you have a like bottom watering system. I'm going to go ahead and just fill these up with dirt, and I'm doing it in this big bin because it kind of contains the mess a little bit. I am down in my craft room and I don't want it getting everywhere. So I'm going to fill it up in here. I'll bring you down a little bit closer to see that process, and then I'll go ahead and get my celery seeds in there. Now that my tray is all filled, I'm going to go ahead and fill up the bottom of my case right here with water to start getting the soil damp before I put the seeds in. And once it is moist all the way through, I'll go ahead and plant my seeds. I get most of my seeds from Burpee. This is the one I'm going to be trying this year as far as celery goes, and we'll see how it turns out. As you can see, celery seeds are incredibly small, so don't worry too much if you get more than you wanted into your little tray. It'll be how it be. You can always prune them off later to however many you need, but I'm going to try to get what I want in each pot, but we will see. I know a lot of people will kind of mix their stuff in with sand for these smaller seeds like this. So that's an option, something you can look into if you're worried about getting too many in each little thing. With it being a little bit chillier down here, it is on average between 60 and 65. It's usually not warm enough to help them germinate, so I do have a heating pad that goes underneath them. This is specially made for starting seeds. It keeps them at the right temperature, it doesn't get them too hot, and it's waterproof. All I'm doing for my artichoke is setting them on this damp paper towel, putting them in a plastic bag, and setting them in the fridge for 2 weeks. Last little thing I did is went ahead and covered my tray up with this plastic roofing. Basically gives a bit of a greenhouse effect to hopefully help them germinate better, and I'm going to make some labels to help keep myself organized. I hope this gets you guys excited for starting your seeds this year. I know it is probably very cold where you are for the most part. It has been very, very cold here and windy and snowy. And so getting to start these seeds has really made me look forward to warm summer days. The blog this week will be about canning up some oranges. I have been craving citrus fruit like nothing else kind of in these cold winter months, so I wanted to look at a way at how to get more fruits on my shelves without necessarily making it a jam or jelly or spread of some sort. So that'll be linked below, and as will any equipment that I used in this video. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you guys next time.